so since we're getting a sequel to Tron, does that also mean that we get another Tron Guy video? In a perfect world. Actually, in a perfect world, they would have let him star in this movie. But there is just no damn justice anymore. My excitement for this movie has been kind of all over the place. I started out really excited for it about a year ago. I think the first trailer was with Avatar, and I was like, okay, you know, it was one of the few movies I supported. I was like, the 3D could actually be okay here. You know, at the same time, when more started to get released about it, I was not impressed by any of the new trailers. I thought it looked really goofy. I was really starting to get worried that it would turn out exactly like the first one, and I'm one of the people who kind of defended the first one. I think it's an enjoyable movie. It's a cult classic, you know. If you're either gonna be an absolute loving fanboy of it or you're just gonna absolutely hate it. I think it's a decent, fun movie, but nothing past that. So for Tron Legacy, now we have the continuation of the Tron story. I always thought it was a very cool idea, very cool concept. Always was really intriguing, but it just never executed that well. It was overdone, really goofy. But I thought, and here they had a chance to really, you know, correct that mistake, because it really is a very cool idea. It starts off, it's a continuation of the story, obviously a while later now with Flynn's son. You know, I kind of like how a lot of things pull full circle, but in that same sense, a lot of things just really mirror a lot of the exact same plot points of the first one. It doesn't add a lot of new things, but at the same time, it's still really exciting. It's still really riveting. It's a lot of fun. It's some of the best action of the year. Amazing visual effects. I really think they did that great. I actually will recommend this movie in 3D just because it's kind of like ironic. Like, oh, you're being sucked into a game and you're sucked in via 3D. That's what I got off the mark. So you probably know by now there's like the CGI face of Jeff Bridges so they can play young. I was like, alright, so I guess, you know, that's a cool way to kind of make up for the fact that he's old as hell now, and it would have just been weird for his computer program to be like geriatric, or whatever vocab you want to use. Regardless of that, at first I kind of started like, I couldn't help but chuckling at it. It just looked unnatural, but it kind of passes, and then, you know, eventually you just don't notice it anymore. Okay, so Olivia Wilde. This is one of the few times I actually don't mind that they're completely exploiting an actress's looks, you know, just kind of for marketing technique. But not to say anything against her, because she actually is a really good actress, and I think she does very well here. Fortunately, I have to admit that she's probably not the first computer program to turn me on. I mean, really, who wouldn't want to go into a video game every once in a while? I mean, like, you know how people get pissed off and they want to play, like, Grand Theft Auto? Like, imagine being sucked into that and, like, you know, like, shooting people and hookers and, like, stealing cars. I mean, yet again, in a perfect world. Like, if it actually did exist, it'd probably just get snatched up by the government and they'd, like, throw it in the White House for Obama so he could go and get, like, sucked into Halo. What economy? Double kill! It's not written incredibly well. There's a lot of ridiculous, over-the-top moments, and there's some really cheeseball dialogue at times, and that's just one thing I can't stand is cheeseball dialogue. I mean, really, who wouldn't want to go into a video game every once in a while? I mean, like, you know how people get pissed off and they want to play, like, Grand Theft Auto? Like, imagine being sucked into that and, like, you know, like, shooting people and hookers and, like, stealing cars. I mean, yet again, in a perfect world. Even for an action movie, I think there was a lot of potential for some good drama there, and especially, you know, with Flynn and his son, because, you know, he really hasn't seen him a very, very long time. I thought that could have worked, but it really can be very emotionally hollow at times, but that's not what the movie's about. It really isn't. It's about fun, and whether, because it did want to add some serious moments, and whether it works or doesn't work is really not the point of the movie. The point of the movie is to have an enjoyable experience with some visceral awesomeness, but at the same time, it does work on some other levels, which is nice to see. It's nothing amazing, nothing really award-worthy, but it is a terribly fun time at the movies, and I would definitely recommend it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Tron Legacy is pretty awesome. The direction's really good, the visuals are obviously amazing, I think the acting is above par, and I even said the story is better, or slightly better, than that of an average, dim-witted action movie. Alright, so I think I should get at least 50% of the earnings from the upcoming film Tron Legacy, because I'm kind of responsible for the resurgence of interest in all things related to Tron. And you know, I heard when I heard about Tron, I was like, oh, Tron, it's cool. Competition, they're like, hey, you should really be everywhere because you're Tron Guy and you're gonna be around for billions and trillions and billions and like eons and everything, because you know, like all them years and stuff, as long as the interwebs exist. Because when interwebs exist, because like I'm everywhere, because I'm the most popular thing ever, that chipmunk can go fuck itself, because I win. And that Star Wars kid, Tron is cooler and Tron is cooler. So I'm not sure where you're going with that, swinging a bat around. I made a costume so you can fuck off too. Yeah, so basically so there's a whole bunch of different things about costume. Alright, hey, shut up, bitch! I'm an internet sensation! I'm making a video for sensation! I'm really losing this accent. I don't know what to do now. Shit. I never had it in the first place.